Hello. Welcome back to Of Land and Leaf. It's been a minute. I've been gone. I have been away. Yes, I needed to rest. And I took some time to rest. I decided to rest with the seasons. This morning when I woke up, I think it was 27 degrees and it said it felt like 19. And that is very cold for us here in the metro Atlanta area. So I'm not trying to be out there. I'm just not ready to be there yet. And that's okay because there's so much more in the spirit of Land and Leaf that we can talk about. Today's first video is really a recommitment. It's me verbally recommitting to herbs, to my herbal knowledge, and to thinking about food as medicine. So I have a bunch of stuff over to the side that I'm going to be showing you. You see some boxes. I'm going to be showing you some things that I'm working on before we even get to the garden stage. So I ordered, let's see if I can reach this. I ordered some seeds, some herbs from Baker Creek. And I will show you what I ordered. Show you a couple of things. So I got this free Merlot lettuce. I didn't order this, but they sent this out free with my order. So I'm excited about this because my growing is really going to be very intentional this year. I'm not gonna grow a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna grow a few things that I know that I will use in different ways. One of the lessons that I learned last year is that I was aggressively trying to fight the bugs, fight the sun, fight everything and try to grow everything. And then I was always disappointed and upset because I didn't have a plan for consumption. So I would grow this stuff and I'm not the primary cook in the house, right? My partner does most of the food shopping and he has not prepared food in a way that is long-term sustainable for us. And we've had these conversations. So I would bring stuff home. I would bring home the eggplant and the squash and stuff. And he's like, he's not cooking that, right? And so I wouldn't take the effort to cook it. So I would end up passing things off to neighbors or making something one time and then letting things go bad. I had so much produce to go bad last year, and it does something to your soul when you're out there in 99, 100 degree temperature, sweating, pouring, about to pass out, trying to keep your stuff hydrated and sheltered and growing, and then you just watch it turn to mush on the counter. We're not doing that this year. This year, I am going to have a plan for everything that I grow, whether it's going to be something that I'll use in tea, something that I freeze, something that I cook. I'm going to have a meal plan based on what's being harvested. So really less produce, but more intention on what I am growing. And I'm adding herbs, and I'm adding herbs are going to be my primary focus. So we'll do green leafy vegetables, cabbage, kale, greens, lettuce, and we're gonna do a lot of herbs. We'll do sweet potatoes because that's a staple for me, and we'll do cucumbers because that's also a staple for me. And then other than that, we're just gonna have onions and garlic pretty much growing. I'm not growing any tomatoes. I wasted so much tomato. And then I did the blood type diet and found out I'm not even really supposed to be eating tomatoes like that. And I had that whole wall of tomatoes, you guys remember? Had a whole wall of tomatoes. So I'm not growing tomatoes. I have enough in the freezer that I can figure something out if I need some tomatoes. But I'm gonna have herbs. So here are the herbs that I purchased from Baker Creek. Echinacea, right? And I'll do a separate video talking about the why and what the benefits of these herbs are, but you probably have heard of echinacea and some of its benefits. So I ordered that. Ordered stevia. I am hoping that I can adjust to using a natural sweetener and try to get away from all of this white sugar, because this sugar, y'all, this sugar has us in a chokehold. This sugar is poisoning us. And I know that I have some addictions related to sugar. So if I can just be super intentional about my consumption, I've already got my tea down pretty well. In fact, I drank some chamomile tea with nothing, no honey, no sugar in it the other day. And I know a lot of people do that, but I'm not one of those people. This was for me, that was a huge step to be able to say, I'm just gonna have my tea with no milk and no sugar and just have the herb and water. So I'm getting there. Marshmallow was another African native herb that I ordered. And again, I'll be sharing with you the why in a future video. Next was yarrow, right? I'm looking forward to having the yarrow. And I did the double diamond pearl yarrow. And then last but not least, and these aren't the only ones that will be in my garden. I have a ton of things that I already own, seeds that I have downstairs that I'll plant those as well. But these are the new ones. Calendula. Calendula is probably my favorite herb. I use it for everything, for tea, for baths. I used to create baths for people. May get back into that this year, but I use calendula for everything, and I'm looking forward to having this pretty pop of color in the garden. So we do have some gardening that will happen this year, but until we get outside, I wanted to show you something else that I'm invested in, and I wanted to show you this. So I ordered a capsule maker because I've really gotten into my supplements and really thinking about what I'm putting into my body, especially since I was sick at the end of last year. So I've increased my supplements. Not to go too far off into a tangent, but I kind of feel like every time there's a change in power or something happens in our political landscape, there is some sort of dis-ease that comes with that. And so all of a sudden there are viruses and things that we're dealing with. So here in Georgia, we've got this poultry thing going really, really bad. They've suspended poultry activities. You're starting to see the effects of it in the grocery stores. People are having to kill off their chickens, and people are getting sick from this virus as well. And so for me, first quarter is about immune system, and it's about liver. So at the end of last year, I told you I had some health issues, and I had to have my gallbladder removed. It was an emergency procedure. My gallbladder had like 20 something stones in it. I have my feelings about how that whole thing went down. Maybe I'll share those in another video, but I share that with you just so that you know that my liver was also compromised, and I'm working on rebuilding your liver because you can rebuild your liver. So I'm working on just my liver health and my immunity for first quarter. And there were a couple of things that got me through COVID that I am reintroducing. So one of those things was ginger. I drank a lot of ginger water, ginger tea. I put ginger in everything during COVID. The other thing that I did during COVID that I'll be reintroducing with the capsule maker is olive leaf. Olive leaf was a lifesaver for me during COVID. It kept me feeling well. And so I pulled up, I've got my laptop open, and I wanted to be able to share with you some of the benefits of olive leaf. So let me pull it up and share with you. And I won't, like, you can do your own research, but just so you have some of the things, understanding why I'm prioritizing this. Olive leaf capsules can be good. Olive leaf capsules may have several health benefits, including being anti-inflammatory, being an antioxidant, being antimicrobial, anti-diabetic, anti-hypersensitive, right? Cholesterol lowering, anti-cancer, immune system support. So I was faithful with my olive leaf daily. That was part of my ritual during 2020, and I did not get sick. I did not get COVID. I think I had COVID in 2024. I just gotten away from everything, all of my practices, and got sloppy, got lazy, and ended up getting sick. But I'm back on that. And yes, I can purchase it. But if I want to do this long term, I thought, this is a very inexpensive, cost-effective way for me to be able to ensure that my family always has olive leaf. And so I'm going to be making some olive leaf capsules with my capsule maker. The capsule maker that I purchased makes 100 capsules at a time. And I also purchased a capsule maker that would allow me to use vegetarian capsules. Did you know that 95% of the supplements that are on the market today are not vegetarian? They use animal byproduct to make the capsules. They're gelatin capsules, right? And so it's not a huge deal for most people. I'm not vegetarian, and so I'm not against consuming animal byproducts, but I am starting to be a bit more thoughtful. Because I should say I'm not a vegetarian yet. I can see it in my future. But it's just not where I am right this second. So, but I did, when I found that out, I went to go do a little bit of research. Again, I won't read a whole bunch of stuff to you because you can look this up too, but wanting to better understand, well, how are the capsules made and how's the gelatin, like how do you get gelatin from an animal? So I found out that the gelatin is made by boiling animal parts, primarily pigs and cows. So boiling the animal parts that are left over after an animal is butchered. So the parts that you can't use for anything else, like the connective tissue, the bones, skin, that is boiled, it's removed, it is then boiled, soaked in acid. So they soak the animal parts in a vat of acid for about 5 days to remove minerals and bacteria and release the collagen. And then they chop up those parts into smaller pieces and then hydrolyze the collagen. And again, animal byproduct is not an issue for me, but just thinking about the fact that like this is the leftover stuff that no one else could use for anything, and now it's being soaked in acid, and it's just, I was like, I can avoid that, right? I can use a non-animal byproduct capsule. And so it was a little bit more expensive, but to me, it was a decent investment for me. When I decide to consume meat, I will decide to consume meat and I will be intentional about it. I think that's part of the issue that I'm having right now, is that we just consume without any sort of thought about what is happening, what we're consuming, right? And so olive leaf will be one of those things that I'm going to use to boost my immune system, and I will be making that in my veggie capsule maker. Another thing that I am going to be using in my capsule maker, and I didn't tell you, but the olive leaf I got from Mountain Rose Herbs. They are a very trusted vendor for me when it comes to herbs. I've been using them for years. I use them for items that I'm going to consume, items that are going on my skin, items that are going in baths. Now, I did not get the organic moringa leaf powder from Mountain Rose Herbs. They do have some, but I just already had this big thing of it, and I need to work through that. I bought this a little while back, and I've just struggled to be consistent with it because I don't love the taste. And I've been able to kind of put it in my vegetable broth. I'll put it in greens or cabbage when I make greens or cabbage, but I just don't love the taste of it. So I figured if I can get it in these capsules, I can make sure that I'm getting it down and consuming it consistently. Just really want to be consistent, right? So what's moringa good for? You can do your own research. What I found is that moringa is good for inflammation. It's a good antioxidant. It's good for anemia, diabetes. It helps balance blood sugar, high blood pressure, liver health, cholesterol. It's been dubbed as something that helps you fight cancer, arthritis, bone health, stomach health, right? So tons of benefits to the moringa. So yes, I want more of that in my life. And so I will be making some capsules with those two things. The other thing that I ordered from Mountain Rose Herbs that won't be a capsule is just some milk thistle. The milk thistle for me is something that I am going to consume for the liver health part of it. But I do have some notes on the milk thistle that I'll share with you, because I'm creating this whole diary so that I can get back into my herbs seeing herbs as medicine, food as medicine. I'm a certified herbalist. I've just gotten away from it. So what I wrote down in my research was that milk thistle is good for liver health, of course, diabetes, indigestion, hepatitis, cirrhosis, even acne, bone health, blood sugar, skin health, high cholesterol, amongst other things. There's a lot of research out there about this product, about milk thistle and its cancer fighting ability. So I'm going to be taking this as a tea. And this is just a couple of things. I'll make a couple more videos to show you. But what I really wanted to do was just come to you so that you could see, when you think about land and leaf, the herbs that I'll be highlighting, showcasing, teaching you about, utilizing myself on the channel this year. There's some exciting land conversations coming up. I'll be doing some visiting and showing you some different places. I traveled a lot last year, which kept me out the garden, but I didn't document it. So I'll be documenting some of that travel this year as well. Are you into herbs? Are you doing some of these things that I'm just getting into, making your own supplements? Do you have a preferred provider for your herbs? I use Mountain Rose Herbs. Who else is out there that you believe in and that you trust? Make a little comment for me. Let me know what you would like to see before we get into the garden, because there's so much out there that we all need to be focused on in order to improve our health. Making huge changes are so necessary, is so important, more now than ever. So until next time, I'll be looking forward to your comments. Thank you for coming back and taking this journey with me in 2025. Love you.